wife and Catherine. A guy said his wife used to do porno movies. She did a local porno movie, right?
And he was cool with that?
No, wait a minute. She didn't know that he knew. So he was watching the movie without her. So when she went to bed, he wanted to confront her or whatever like that. This is what he was telling me. He was telling me in fits and phrases, right? But what he was telling me was, what I really heard him say was, she was asleep one night. And he's a butcher. And he had one of those goddamn Caribbean Caribbean of the island, pirates of the Caribbean island swords.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Sword in his hand. Damn. And while she was breathing, sleeping, he was going to what? Decapitate her head. True story. And guess what stopped him? His autistic daughter. Wow. Came in the room and said, Daddy, I'm hungry. And they took all the strength of him to put the sword down, to fix his daughter something to eat, and probably saved himself what? A life sentence, whatever like that. Because he's about to straight up kill her. Adversity causes what? Insights. Anybody hear that? Mm-hmm. So a lot of times it's not the woman. Guess who it is? It's us. Very good. My ex-girlfriend who broke my heart on Valentine's Day, she gave me a journal. I said, yo, she broke my heart on Valentine's Day up there on Norristown. We got to get on the speed line, back down to 69th Street, back to Philadelphia. And I was thinking about how I was going to straight up do something evil to her existence. And you was going to see my black ass on First 48. For real, right? But she gave me a journal, and listen, and I was like, yo, I used to write real bad language about her on those journal pages. I said, you shouldn't have got me this book. Watch what I do. Watch what I write. Everything negative on her. Your face, your breath stink. You got big feet. Listen, I really didn't like you. And when you listen, y'all have a sister. My sister would have stomped you. All that madness, right? But by the 11th or 12th page of the journal, I stopped writing on her. I started writing on who? Yeah. Me. Insight. Dirk. It's not her. It's you. You still watching porno movies. You're not ready. You still masturbating. You're not ready. Your eyeballs are still reckless. You're not ready. You pervert queens and make them prostitutes. You're not ready. You still look at women reckless. Not as a queen, but as a straight up dope fiend. You're not ready. So the journal she gave me was a gift in disguise for me to what? Building the insight on me when it deals with what? Picking women. Picking women, choosing women, or letting certain women choose me. Jezebels. Anybody know about Jezebels? Oh, Jezebels straight from hell?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, let's keep going. Hey, take a hard look at your planning. Did you miss something? Consider your preparations. Were you ready for the challenge ahead? Look at your execution. Do you put in consistent effort? Focus on areas that are within your control and ask yourself, what more can we do the next time? As entrepreneur Mark Cuban, that's the guy who owned the
Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks, very good, has said, with every effort, I learned a lot. With every mistake and failure, not only mine, but of those around me, I learned what not to do. Anybody?
Yeah, that's the difference between a smart man and a wise man.
It's what?
Is a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from all mistakes. Everybody's mistakes.
Very good. Very good.
If you tell me don't step out in the traffic, you know what I'm saying? And I take that into consideration. That's just general. That's wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
Very good. How about this, Sebastian? Everybody, if somebody telling you something to do, not to do, but they're not doing it themselves.
Wait a minute, say that again?
If I'm telling you to do something that I'm not even doing myself.
Yeah, now that happens a lot around here. But this is the thing. That happens a lot around here. This is the whole thing about that.
Yeah, come on. And this is the whole thing about that.
Yeah.
See, now, some time ago I would have looked at that like, well, you ain't doing it, so you can't tell me the wrong answer.
Right.
The person that can't do it, what they telling you to do, is the person you listen to.
What you mean by that, D?
What I mean by that is, okay, you telling me something that's good for me.
Right.
But I'm telling you, you can't tell me nothing because you're not doing it.
Right.
That's the wrong thought.
Right.
That person that can't do it themselves, that's telling you, you better listen to what they say, not what they doing.
Right.
Listen to what they telling you.
Right.
So, now, That's not my attitude that you can't help me. Oh, you helped me a great deal. You just couldn't do it. So
Everybody hear that?
So and then when people say to me, when they say, "Hey man, you know one thing? I don't like the way you talking to me." Me? I don't care how you talking to me. If it's some truth in it, please talk to me like that. So some sense can get in my head.
Yeah, okay.
See all that old peace stuff? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I get all timid because you raise your voice at me. If you right, please raise your voice, please.
Y'all heard that.
Hey, receiving the message from a what? A messenger. Anybody hear that? Yeah. If you don't like the messenger, but the messenger is giving you a true message, like Dara say, still what? Receive. Anybody hear that? Yeah. Who look at color, and that becomes a barrier. I ain't gonna let no white man tell me what to do. I seen roots. I ain't inferior. Listen, right? And it'd be hard for me to have relations with a Caucasian brother, all because we ain't the same race. I don't let that play a part in my recovery, because you can learn from everybody.
That's right.
And it ain't about the color, it ain't about your culture, it's all about what? The heart. Receive a message from the messenger, even if the messenger is living a what? A messy life. A lot of people like to point the finger and say, you need to do this, but they ain't doing it themselves. But if you're telling me truth, I will accept it. But watch you in the process. That's like somebody say, stop tricking. And they got what? They telling you that while they in the whorehouse. Let's keep moving. How about this right here? Hey, make peace with the situation. Now is not the time to blame others for what happened. Moping around and feeling sorry for yourself will not do you no good. You can actually sabotage your ability to come up with solutions, the next steps forward. It's important that you consider what mistakes or mishaps you might have made. Spend time processing what you could have done differently and take responsibility for your actions. Make peace with what happened. Accept the situation for what it is, then move on. As Steve Jobs said, sometimes when you innovate, you make mistakes. It's best to admit them quickly and get on with improving your other inventions. Anybody dealing with what? Grudges. Who's holding grudges? Who have resentments? Who's still mad at people that's deceased? I know people that's still mad today over somebody who did them wrong, but they did. And they still angry. Still got resentments. And they can't let it go. And it's a block, a burden, adversity for what? For them to get to the next level of their recovery. Because they refuse to what? Let go. Anybody like that in here? Anybody who have hurt you, but it's hard to let them, to give them a pass, to forgive. You shaking your head back there, brother?
Yeah.
Come on, you want to speak on that?
Nah, not really.
Not really? Okay. What's your name?
Javier.
Okay, how much time you clean, brother?
130 days.
All right, God bless. Congratulations. All right, make peace with the situation. Anybody else got to make peace with somebody? Come on, brother.
I do, yeah.
What's up?
I hold on to shit. I gotta learn to break that. Like I hold on to shit. Like, and motherfucker could be like, I'm sorry, and just let's let it go. And I'll be like, all right. But deep down inside, fuck you! I'm really like, I gotta chill with this shit.
Be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. You getting better with that?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am. Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to really get that shit out of here.
Right, without a doubt. That's that pride piece, right? That's that pride.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You Muslim?
Yes.
All right. You be on your deen, you be studying that. What the Quran say about that? About forgiving?
It's no humility. It's humility in that, having pride and all that, holding your pride, and it's no good for you. It only hinders you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the long run, it's only going to hinder you.
Without a doubt. Making peace with the situation.
Right.
Without a doubt. All right. Being the bigger man.
Right.
Yes, sir. You live longer that way, too.
Exactly.
You live longer.
Stay out of trouble.
Yes, right. You see the dude, the father, the innocent father, got shot. They say it might have been a mistaken identity. In the van with his daughters. And they killed him.
Man, that's
Oh, wow.
And they killed him. Yeah, you never know out here, man. The dude was minding his business out the Northeast, like last week. Kids with guns. On a school property, and he was just in the wrong spot, wrong time, and he's no longer here.
Wow.
Making peace with the situation. I told you about John Gotti. He used to what? Kill people. He say, get him. He got.
Yeah.
But John Gotti's son got hit by a car and died.
Yeah. That dude died.
The sin of our fathers. You never know how it's coming.
Right.
Anybody hear that?
That's right.
That's why we live right now, man. Because listen, it helps us for what? For the future generation that's coming behind us. For real. And a lot of times we scream, God, why? Why this little child right here dies? The innocent and all that got to go. Sometimes, and we dig a little deeper, the sin of our fathers or our moms. For real. Because we never know how it's going to get got, how we going to get got. But it's coming. Benjamin, you have your hand up, Benjamin?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Come on, sorry. Making peace with the situation.
Yeah, I like to bring positive energy to the situation. You got to deal with it smooth, like the other person, the aggressor, and you still can just calm it down.
Mm-hmm.
Just bring it down. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fight. You can just peacefully come to a conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
After you pick it, I'm gonna get you a cup of coffee.
that brings you can stay strong and still be proud at the same time. You don't have to talk down to a motherfucker to talk to him.
Right.
You know?
Right. And sometimes
when the conversation goes away, you can still kind of take control of the situation by lowering your voice when the person in front of you is raising his voice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You gonna be fucking psychology. Okay, bro.
Exactly.
The word, listen, and that's scripture. Peaceful, what was that? Peaceful words calm down an angry man. In so many words.
Angry mom, man.
Right. Right. So if you're a hothead, I can't be a hothead. It's going to be an explosion.
Exactly.
Somebody got to humble themselves, and like you say, right, to put the fire out.
To the side.
Right. Water puts out fire. Spiritual discipline put out a man's rage. He might say, well, look at you, he ain't responding. That takes a lot of humility not to respond.
It does.
To walk away. When you really want to what? Act up. You heard what my man Keith said. You know what I'm saying? To be yelling inside. Right? Like my man Don, what's my name? The Don on Godfather 3, when he shot his daughter. And remember the scene when he grabbed her? Yo, Al Pacino's a hell of an actor. The way he grabbed her and picked her up, yo, that's acting. And he screamed, but you didn't hear nothing out of his mouth for seconds. And that's sometimes, that's how the rage be coming out of us. Nobody can hear it but us. And we really want to what? Act out. But we know what? We're not serving what? Man or our flesh. We serving our God today.
Yeah.
And it hurts to be humble. It hurts to walk away. It hurts to be right, even though to be wrong, to be proven wrong, but even though you know you're right. You hear what I'm saying?
Proven wrong.
Yeah, proven wrong, but you know you're right. Yes. To stand up like Antoine Fisher.
I'm gonna move it in.
Yeah, right? And say, listen, what you trying to do? Yo, listen, it made me strong. You didn't break me. Family members are more dangerous than strangers a lot of times.
Yeah, because they already know how you're going to probably react.
Come on. Exactly. Sometimes family members are more dangerous than strangers. But we got to still love them in spite of that. And see, I believe that the enemy, if anybody know about when God hardened Pharaoh's heart on purpose, you know why? That's important. When the heart, listen, if his heart is, what's your name, brother? Chris. If his heart is hard, everybody else give me no problems, and I'm the sure monitor. But Chris' heart is what? Hard. So let me show you something. Show you how the enemy works and how God works. His heart is hard. And he don't what? Clean up. I'm sure monitor. He's getting on my nerves. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to lose him. That's my brother, and I love him. But he's rebellious, and he's bucking, and he's beefing, and he's talking sarcastically while he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. So what I supposed to do? People like that show me how to what? Come another angle. You ever hear that? If I came direct, maybe I gotta come indirect, in love. Everybody understand that? Yeah, right? Because the whole job is not to lose him. It's to what? Keep him. So when people's hearts are hard, we got to depend more on what? God. Because God got to pray to God to what? Soften his heart. That he say, you know what? I'm going to do my chore. He don't need to ask. He's just doing it because he knows it's the right thing to do. You always have somebody in recovery programs who's always what did they call? A sore thumb sticking out, whatever like that? Yeah. Doing the wrong thing because they want to do, they smoke in their room, they don't care. And that's your roommate. And now you got to decide, should I snitch on this dude? If I can't confront him, how do I get him out of my room? Or how do I move out of the room because he's smoking in the room?
Or Derek, here's another way.
Come on.
That I find when a person's like that.
Uh-huh.
Just do what you're doing.
Uh-huh.
And let them, they'll be watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that example
Uh-huh.
that you setting by doing the right things and things of that nature, most times, not all the time, most times they say, dang, maybe I should try to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another way to get to win them too.
And it could be tough as nails.
Yeah, with that hard heart, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. They'll say, fuck it, I'm gonna just do this shit too.
Just
That's
maybe.
the way it goes.
Just
Right.
maybe.
Like with that hard heart, that's the way it goes. Like
Yeah.
you like, all right, you don't have to do it. I'm gonna just. After a while, they'll be like,
Yeah.
'Cause I gotta remember.
Right.
I was like that.
My man.
Stop.
I was
Breaking
like
them down. Yes, sir.
I was like that when I came in here. I ain't want to hear nothing. You had to say, you had to say, you had to say. But when I watched certain people, I took an attraction to the things that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, wow, everybody take to that person. I want to be like that. But I didn't know how. So what I did was I sat back and I watched them and watched them and watched them. And I said, okay, now I know how to do it. Lighten up a little bit. Talk a little better to people. Have a little tolerance for people.
Yeah.
Stop always bucking away. Stop always being on the defensive. Communicate with people. Have some tolerance for what they're talking about. Have some patience. Then you can learn to like a person. Then you can learn to love a person. But in order to do that, you can't buck all the time.
Right.
You can't. You can't always be on the defensive end when somebody is talking to you.
Uh-huh.
And that's how I got to that.
Uh-huh. Go fool, yo. How about somebody getting high in here? They're constantly getting high. It's an affecting the community. Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
Constantly getting high. They don't give a damn if they're getting high, but it's affecting the community. How do we approach that individual? That's a crisis. That's adversity. I'm still trying to stay clean. Anybody understand that? How do we do? And listen, sometimes the hands are tied. It goes back to what I'm talking about. Right? They on behavioral contracts. Okay, that sounds slick, but guess what? I got a dope problem, and he gnawing. I used to smoke coke, and his eyes as big as this goddamn room. And this cat walking around, he my roommate. Listen, he ain't sleeping. I gotta sleep with my boots and my wallet under my pillow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. You don't live here. I do.
Yeah.
You can talk all that slick stuff, but listen, when I laugh at it, it becomes active.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, alcoholics and all that madness. Listen, hiding alcohol inside of the toilet.
Yeah. You know, matter of fact.
Come on.
Matter of fact, I'm not gonna mention no names. I had to have a heart-to-heart with one of my roomies one time, and I was like, you know, we became close friends, and I was like, and I see he was doing some negative shit that shouldn't be done, and sometimes you have to throw it back on them. You have to throw it back on them. It's like, so you're gonna risk. This is what I said. I said, so you're gonna risk all of us being thrown the hell out of here because of what you do. And there's a way to do what you do legally, but you're just too lazy to do it. You know, when you talk to a person like that, he starts to think. He's like, I'm not cussing you out. It's like, if you consider me a friend of yours, you want to hurt yourself. Don't hurt the others around.
That's
you.
right.
You know, you know we're not doing this shit. So why are you doing it? You know, you're jeopardizing our sobriety.
That's right.
For one thing.
That's right.
You know, by doing something simple. You're doing something stupid. You know where you are. You know you can't do this here, but you still do it. But you still do it. You know, it's like, and they were like, oh. When he got to thinking, he was like, no, I'm not going. I won't do that. Okay, I agree with you. But one problem led to another. Once you, and I realized he had a habit, and it was hard for him to break. And I wasn't like condoning him because they're like every time you come in here you high and shit. No, it's like no. I know it's harder for people to break. Just because I broke it don't mean you can break it.
Right.
But you have to bring situations to light to others about the insight of what's going to happen. It's not worth all of us being on the street because you can't control yourself.
Consequence.
Right.
Yeah. Because you can't control yourself.
That's right.
And do you want me to see me out there on the street with you? It's like, if you want to do that to yourself, I can't stop you.
Right.
But don't drag us all down with you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, so, but once it was out, he realized what he was doing, and he stopped. But sometimes you got to bring insight to people.
That's right.
Now, but here, like, it happens here. The way they do it here is like, we had to watch one of our brothers go his own way. It's like, huh? He's like, but he knew he brought it on himself. He brought it on himself. You know the rules here. You know you can't be bringing drugs in here. You can't bring liquor in here. Those security guards, they're like crack on their damn job.
They're supposed to be.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
Y'all take your shoes off?
Well, they got one guy right here. We got one guy. He makes you go through the milk.
Yeah.
But hey, Dave, but look at it this way.
Yeah.
It starts from the little things. If you eat and don't wipe the table off, or get up and put your chair in, what make me think that you gonna not do the big things right? It's a small thing that after you eat, to wipe that table off and put your chair in. And I watch this happen every day.
Oh, wait a minute, y'all. We still in group, y'all.
Yeah.
And it happens every day around here. So if you can't do little simple things, it's hard to do the big thing. You got to start from here to be up here.
Yeah.
And it starts with the small things first. And the people that constantly buck against when I say that is the very people that do it. And I had to put that out there. Stop bucking, pay attention, and become a better person.
Yeah.
That's all.
I love tell me groups. I'm miserable. I'm a hater.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here. Listen. Listen. I want to get high. Tell on me groups. And that way you get to know where a brother is at. But if cats are quiet and they secrets and their character defects are hidden in a Pandora box, we'll find out later about you. Because what's done in the dark always come to the light, right? Yeah. Hey, what time we at? What time is it?
7:58.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I gotta catch that bus. Let's do one more, y'all. Embrace adversity as a chance for opportunity. Embrace adversity for a chance of what? Opportunity. Anybody hear that? Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team.
Oh, yeah.
Fred, what was his name? Fred Lynch. He said Michael wasn't ready. Mike didn't stop Mike. Adversity. He trained harder. He grew taller. And he took his high school team to the what? Championship. Yeah. From there he went to what? North Carolina. North Carolina hit the game-winning shot against Georgetown. Yeah. Right there, a star is born. Play 2 more years, he leaves. He goes to the Olympics. He get a what? Olympic gold medal in 84. 84, 85, he goes to the Chicago Bulls. No ring. 84, 85, 86, he break his foot, come to the Boston Celtics. 63 points against the Boston Celtics. No ring. 3rd year, slam dunk champion in Seattle. 86, 87 season. That's my season there, right?
Beat Dominic, right? Dominic Wilkins.
Dominique was hurt that way. That year, right? Him and Jerome Kersey. 86, 87, right? In Seattle, right? Playoffs, Boston Celtics, no ring. Next year, 87, 88. The Bulls. And what? Detroit Pistons. The bad boys.
Yeah.
No ring.
No ring.
88, 89. The bad boys again. No ring. 89, 90. The bad boys again. No ring. 90, 91. Swept them. And then they went to the what? Championship. Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
And in what? In 91, they played the Lakers.
The Lakers.
The Lakers beat them the first game in Chicago. After that, they swept them.
Yeah.
And Michael Jordan got his what? First ring.
Right.
Out of what? Adversity. So he embraced losing to win.
Ain't a better way.
Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He embraced losing to what? To win. And once they had the what? Because Michael Jordan couldn't do it by himself.
No.
Scottie Pippen had to come. Horace Grant had to come. P.J. Armstrong had to come.
We were just watching The Last Dance the other day.
Oh yeah, all that had to what? Come to what? To get the what? The formula. So 92, they beat Portland. 93, they beat Phoenix. He retires. 84, 85, that summer, his father get murdered.
94, 95, man.
93, his father dies. His father dies in 93. He comes back to play ball again 94, 95. Guess what? They lose in Orlando. Came back 95, 96, then guess what? Now they got Dennis Rodman. Now they got the Seattle, they play the Seattle Spurs. And he wins on Father's Day. And that was really emotional. Because his father, who he loved his father always been there, got killed. And he won on what? Father's Day.
Because of him. Because of him.
That's what they say.
Because of him.
That's what they say.
Because of him. For real.
Oh, yeah?
Gamble.
You don't know nothing.
Yes, he does.
You don't know
Gamble
nothing.
basketball.
You don't know
He
nothing.
was. The Mafia.
If it ain't about Pittsburgh, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, I that's what happened. Gamble on basketball.
In 97, 98, the Utah Jazz. But anyway, hey, my whole point is, that was a good example. Michael was a good example of what? Adversity. All right? Never giving up and got his what? His ring. All right, everybody hear that? So we don't get, it's easy to quit.
It's 8 o'clock, bro.
All right, it's that time right there. All right, everybody good?
Yes, sir.
All right, I love y'all, man.
Always a good meeting.
Who woke us up, y'all?
God,
Grant us serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God's will and ours be done. Amen. All right, y'all.
Well, I wish I owned a car. Just so that you could stay here extra 30 minutes and I'd take you home.
Yeah, I know,
Sure, man, tomorrow morning, dark rooms are real.